Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web. In today's video, we're gonna uncrate the brand new Bell MX-10. What's up, Speed Addicts fam? We've got a new off-road helmet from Bell in the studio today, the MX-10. We're very excited to share that with you. But first, subscribe to the channel. That way you're getting all of our gear reviews. You're getting our exciting Versus series and some new shootouts we're doing, all very interesting. You don't want to miss. Subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel now. Also, if you're gonna shop for gear online, we politely ask for your business. There's a link in the description below that will take you directly over to the Bell MX-10. Speed Addicts, where all your Bell helmets are gonna ship fast, free with the industry's best return policy. You make returns very easy. We know that's important when shopping for your next helmet online, so do it over at Speed Addicts. And finally, my last shameless plug, let's talk about the first Speed Addicts Superstore now open in Southern California. If you want to come shop Bell in person, there's no better place. We're in the city of Orange. We have an epic helmet wall, complete selection of gear from head to toe. Come on down to the Speed Addicts Superstore. Okay, here we have it. It is the Bell MX-10. This is a new entry-level helmet for Bell. It is going to replace the older MX-9, which is on my left. The one in front of me, Bell MX-10 camo in a satin finish. And then we've got a new Fast House collab also in the new MX-10. So this represents a big step forward. The MX-9 was getting pretty long in the tooth and definitely need a refresh. They've done a full ground up new helmet. So this isn't just like a warmed over version of an MX-9. This is completely new and a big step up. Price tag $229 for the solids. The graphics are going to be a little bit more than that, and then the collabs are going to be the most expensive, currently at $274. Might prices change in the future? You can bet on it. Prices are moving around a lot these days, so if you watch this video later down the road, those prices may change. Just my disclaimer. This is a polycarbonate shell, which is standard for entry-level helmets in this price range, so polycarbonate there. The weight is one of the huge advantages over the older MX-9. The MX-9 was about 3.5 pounds, which is getting a little heavy by today's standards for off-road helmets. This new MX-10 is sub 3 pounds in the smaller sizes. A size large on our scales was just about 3 even. So just so you know, any helmet that weighs 3 pounds or less, when you pick it up, you are gonna go, wow, that is incredibly light. And that is the reaction when anybody puts their hands on the new MX-10. The first thing they say is, from a distance, is, damn, that looks good. And then when they pick it up, they go, wow, that is incredibly light. The helmet is DOT as well as ECE 2206 certified with a MIPS liner. So ECE is the European standard. In case you're not familiar, it is a harder standard to pass. It involves 4 different impact tests compared to the US's DOT standard, which means it's road legal. So you're gonna see a lot of brands that are dual labeling with that ECE standard because it's telling you, the consumer, that we passed a higher standard than just DOT. And when we turn the MX-10 around, you will see that yellow MIPS logo. MIPS stands for Multi-directional Impact Protection System. That is an extra liner that you'll see when we do the full takedown of the MX-10 that manages rotational energy, allows your head to slip inside of the helmet instead of those rotational forces ending up in your gray matter. Rotational energy is known to cause concussion, so you're gonna see a lot of manufacturers use different systems. Bell has chosen the MIPS partnership, and that is included here at $229, so that's adding value for you. The helmet is an intermediate oval head shape, which is a standard head shape here in the United States, so no surprises there. Size range, extra small through 2X. Check out the Bell sizing chart if you're not sure where to start, but if you've worn a Bell helmet before, or you typically take the same size in most of the brands you try, you'll probably be safe to order that size here in the MX-10. We found it to run true, but of course, when you're shopping for helmets online, it's good to know that when you shop at Speed Addicts, it's gonna be easy to get a no-charge return label on your next helmet purchase. Again, give it a shot, link in the description below to buy an MX-10. Let's talk about the ventilation. So that is one place that they've improved over the MX-9, in addition to almost that ½ pound of weight savings, okay? That is the biggest difference. The outer design is updated. The MX-10 is much more modern. It's sleek. The matte finish on the MX-10 is also much improved. I called it like a satin here in the intro, a satin finish. I mean, technically, Bell's gonna call this a matte finish, but it's not rubberized like the old Bell matte finishes on the MX-9 that kind of had that rubber feel to them. The rubber finishes kind of tend to show more oils, fingerprints. They're harder to keep clean, whereas the satin finish is a little bit more resilient and tends to show less fingerprints, so we like that a lot. In terms of ventilation, compared to the old MX-9 9, we have more vents on the front. So you have your standard chin bar and kind of gill vents here, but then you have an additional set of vents in the front right above the brow in addition to these ones up on top, whereas the MX-9 just had a single set of vents kind of back behind the peak or the visor. When we flip them around and compare the vents on the back, we also have larger and more vents. We have 3 exhaust vents across the top and then 2 large winglet vents down below. So the MX-10 flows more air, considerably more air than the older MX-9. And then in the front, you see some of these design cues carried over from the very popular and exclusive Bell MX-10 helmet here around the eye trim. Massive eye port, big styling update. I forget what year the MX-9 came out, but it was safe to say it was a long time ago. So much needed overhaul, and again, great looking graphics. The Fast House collabs are always a top seller for the Bell collection. So they're calling their ventilation system their velocity flow ventilation, and that it does. It puts a lot of air velocity through the helmet. Big eye port assures that even your larger goggles will fit closely against your face and still allow air to flow around there. We are maintaining what they call a flying bridge visor. That just means that it only has 2 points of contact with the helmet. There's not a third screw. The MX-9 had a flying bridge as well. So here you notice there's no screw or attachment in the middle. We just have the points on the side with shear weight plastic screws in case of an accident. Looking around the back, again, just one more time, great looking, kind of slabby, modern design. And now we're gonna get into the inside of the Bell MX-10. Down along the trim here, you notice we have an EPS collarbone protector. So the shell is relieved and comes up a bit compared to a standard motocross helmet where it just stays true around the bottom. Now, this is a feature that was usually part of the top flight motocross helmets in the industry. We've seen more and more of this. Collarbone injuries are very common in motocross, and so now they're going to carry that down even into their entry-level helmet and give you that added protection. So this is just a rubber gasket that's covering behind this is EPS foam. So if that contacts your body, it's going to be soft, not like the harder parts of the shell here. This is a good thing. Inside, the liner is really no frills. You know, it's kind of a mesh, quick drying liner. It is also antimicrobial, which is great, so it doesn't grow funk on it. It's all removable, washable, and you're gonna have a standard D-ring closure here. On the front, you do have kind of a rubberized pad across the front of the chin bar, not your standard EPS, which is good. If they put that hard foam EPS on the front, it tends to get dented if you go and set your helmet on your handlebars or something like that. This helmet is comm system compatible, so we're going to reveal these comm system ports. If we pull out the cheek pads, easy to remove, no problem there. We'll go ahead and remove this second one. And then once we get the comfort liner out, you will see that MIPS solution behind the comfort liner. There are different size cheek pads. If you do need to custom fit your MX-9, you can do so. All the cheek pads are interchangeable and available at speedaddicts.com. Let's go ahead and pull this liner out. Now, the MIPS solution in the MX-10 is going to be black. A lot of times it's yellow. It's easier to see on the shelf. It's kind of a marketing thing. Bell's decided to just go with kind of the stealthy MIPS solution here. You notice there are lots of ports. See that black plastic that's kind of lining the whole inside of the helmet? Behind it, you can see that speckled EPS foam. But this whole black part is the MIPS liner, and what that does is it allows your head to slide around inside of the helmet when you hit the ground, again managing the rotational energies and offering you more protection. Let's open up this D-ring closure here. We've got a 5-year warranty on the Bell MX-10, which is great. Bell's warranty is always top notch in a full 5 years, which is longer than most folks in the industry, especially on helmets of this price. There is your comm system speaker pocket there. In terms of mounting your comm system, you kind of have a nice flat section here that you'll be able to do. A clamp style mount will not work. You'll have to use an adhesive mount, but you can go ahead and mount your Santa Ricardo unit as you choose. And then lots of ports in the EPS. You notice those lower winglet vents. Let's see if I can get out of the way and show you those windows. I don't know if I'm quite picking them up, but looking through the table here, I can see the light go right through those. And then there's a whole array on the top. Same thing, if you hold this helmet up outside, you can see the light pouring through the back exhaust ports. It's gonna let you know it's gonna do the job. So Big update, big improvements from Bell on their entry-level helmet. MX-9 is going away soon. MX-10 will take over. Half-pound weight savings, a little bit more expensive now. Great collabs with the folks over at Fast House and some good-looking graphics. Again, this is the camo and it's the matte, but I call it the satin finish, much improved. All available now at speedaddicts.com, or come shop the Bell MX-10 in the Speed Addicts Superstore in the city of Orange. That's it for today. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.